Hello. We're so glad to have with us Lee Posey, who is the Federal Affairs Counsel with the Education Committee here at the National Conference of State Legislatures. Lee, thank you so much for joining us today. Now, Lee, we're here to talk a little bit about what Congress, of course, passed back in December, the Every Student Succeeds Act. Most people probably know this as the No Child Left Behind. Now, this is a reauthorization bill. But one of my first question for you is what is important for state legislators to know about this new federal education law, the Every Student Succeeds Act, as they start this legislative session?
Well, Mick, it's really important because this is the first major overhaul of federal K-12 education policy since 2002. And the bill gives states some new flexibility to decide what kinds of accountability systems they want in their states to see how students and schools are achieving. So that means they're going to have to make a lot of choices about those systems and about what to do with schools that don't make the performance requirements that they set.
So Lee, my second question, what changes in education policy does the Every Child Achieves Act require of states to make? And then kind of a sidebar, when will those changes need to happen?
Okay, well, the bill establishes a new system of state accountability, which is very different from the old No Child Left Behind federally imposed system that had one federal metric, adequate yearly progress, by which all schools were judged, and a set of required steps that states had to take to do if schools were not achieving. As I said, there's a new accountability system that states will impose. There's some federal guidelines in terms of the indicators that will have to be used in those systems, but how states put that together is up to them. So that's a very, very big change in the bill. There's also some other changes, including some consolidations of programs so that there's a new student support grant. There's a difference in the way school improvement activities will be funded, and a new funding formula for Title II, which is where the money for programs that strengthen the teaching profession come from.
So Lee, I'm going to put you on the spot here. What resources do we here at NCSL have to help state legislators as they implement these new laws and requirements that comes with it?
We have a lot of resources. We have materials that summarize the law, and we're actually doing a series of individual one-pagers and two-pagers on specific aspects of the law. For example, what provisions there are regarding early childhood education in the law. We also have subject area expertise here at NCSL in our education program in Denver, so that if a state wants to look at how they're strengthening their teaching profession or what other states are doing around using assessments to guide instruction, we can guide them to those resources and provide technical assistance. I'm going to be visiting a number of states in the next 2 weeks to discuss the provisions of the law with them and give them an idea of what's coming down the path. To answer your timeline question, Mick, this is kind of a soft start year. The next school year coming up will be a time for states to get these systems in place. We'll be fully under the new system of the Every Student Succeeds Act in the 2017-2018 school year.
Lee, as always, that's all we have time for, but thank you so much for joining us today. And as you mentioned, many of these resources are available on our website, www.ncsl.org. Lee, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mick.